It's Week 6 in the NFL as Baltimore welcomes the reigning Offensive Rookie of the Year for the first time. Can Justin Herbert lead the Chargers past the Ravens? Find out next on EA Sports.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Here's the scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Los Angeles Chargers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. From his end zone is KJ Hill. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Charger offense readying for their first possession, and it's Justin Herbert at the helm in his second season now out of Oregon.
Partner, you know how guys always tell us it's not about the numbers, it's about the win. It's about the numbers, too. Almost 400 yards passing by him last week. What can he do in this one?
Well, earned him AFC Offensive Player of the Week. Maybe he'll try to get 400-plus here and duplicate that honor again. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers, because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Herbert. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. That's going to set him back 5 yards. Back to throw here, Herbert. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Calais Campbell fighting his way home for the sack. The CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything. On 2nd down, Eckler. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Draw play, it's Eckler. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Time to see this wide-open Baltimore offense go to work, and leading them, pretty darn good one. Lamar Jackson out of Louisville.
It was fun getting ready for this game, wasn't it? Because normally we talk to the coaches and the players. I think you and I asked to talk to the trainer to see how his arm is going to be.
A lot of ice after last week.
After last week's game, boy, what a performance that was. And you know who else is having fun? Receivers. Because they get a chance to do what they do best, which is go out and catch the ball.
And that last week effort, he threw for well over 400 yards. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Oh, Lamar Jackson just so electric, Charles, when he gets into open space, and we saw Exhibit A right there.
You know something? I'm standing up here in the booth next to you watching the play. He buckled my ankles on that one as well. It doesn't matter whether you're actually on the field trying to chase him or you're just watching him play. This guy is sheer excitement.
He's going deep for Brown. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. The LA defense up to snuff in coverage there. Pushes this to fourth down. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Flush to his right. And this is caught. That's Watkins. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from fourth down to first. Jackson. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Uchenna Nwosu able to get in there and drop him behind the line. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Again, Jackson will keep it. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. Give them a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up third down. Here's Jackson to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a fourth down situation.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there. And he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
Yeah, that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on fourth down, this is a big call. And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Buying time, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Linval Joseph able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. Jackson's going to keep it, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. He lost 4 there, and it's third down. Jackson from the shotgun. Forced out to his left. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his 11th touchdown of the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1. In this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Charger drive about to get going. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
Herbert throwing again. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. From the gun, it's Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Jackson to Andrews on that one. First down, Baltimore. Now it's Jackson. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Jerry Tillery able to drop him for a loss of a couple. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a second down and 12. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season as the Ravens push further out in front. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, that's scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chargers ready to take over. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Now a dump off here complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Justin Houston making his presence felt there in the backfield. To try again after the sack. Herbert got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. He'll take a shot for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Herbert. And this is Cook with a grab. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. To the air again, Herbert. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Escaping the pressure right. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. After the turnover, here's Herbert. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Jalen Guyton, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chargers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end, Andrews. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Jackson. Flushed out right. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. On 2nd and very short, Jackson towards the end zone for Brown. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the rookie Asante Samuel. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to...
And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. They go play action now. Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And I think the ball's out. We talk a lot about setting the tone to start the game. Well, you want to start the tone right in the 3rd quarter as well, and nearly lost a football there in their first drive.
And sometimes we overdo it when we talk about halftime adjustments and what teams are going to do. Most of the time, it's just a matter of executing the game plan you brought in. But I'll guarantee you, they didn't draw that play up on the whiteboard at halftime. They're fortunate to retain possession.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
And Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
There is something to a game plan when trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 32-yard line. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first. Well, another fine run right there for Lamar Jackson, and CD, that one puts him over 100 yards now for the ball game.
And remember when all we talked about were 100-yard games from running backs? That when a quarterback did it was a surprise. With Lamar Jackson, that's part of the package as well. He'll have as many 100-yard games in the season as the top running backs in the league.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Throwing is Jackson. Flush to his right. And he rifles one incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds a defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
Eluding the pressure right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him.
Oh, and for the third time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays.
On Herbert, his third interception. Anthony Averett picks it. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jackson, throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. From the gun, Jackson. That's taken in by Duvernay. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. He's got his man, it's Andrews. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. The option to give to Williams here. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Williams. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
From his end zone is K.J. Hill. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Charger drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Before they can snap it, time runs out on this third quarter of play. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. From the 27, Herbert finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Now it's Herbert. Finding Williams once more, complete. A gain of 6 there on first. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the third row.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up fourth down. Fourth down for Herbert. Desperation time. Williams brings it in. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. Again, Herbert. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Herbert. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Herbert with a connection to Allen for a Charger first down. Herbert operating from the red zone. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. From the 5, here's 2nd and 2. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. The Chargers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. He's going to find Cook here in the end zone for a Charger touchdown. Jared Cook, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers have made it a 1-score game again. Here the 4th. Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. On the return, Devin Duvernay. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. But good hands there defensively at second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Jackson. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Again, Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's going to go for it all. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Michael Davis. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Charger drive about to get going. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this 4th quarter deficit. Now this series could very well determine our outcome. He'll get this to Eckler. Touchdown, L.A. Austin Eckler, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
Yeah, this is a guy who runs with such balance and control. I mean, he went through that early contact just like he was driving over a speed bump. And he's able to continue his way downfield and wind up in the end zone.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. On the return is Duvernay. And able to get this out to the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. They'll need to regroup after the costly interception last time. It led to a tying touchdown. 21 all is where we stand, and they've got it 1st and 10. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Connects with Duvernay. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Now Jackson. And that's caught by Williams. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it 2nd down. Nothing open downfield. They went underneath.
Yeah, see if you can get it to your running back. See if you can make someone miss in the open field.
Jackson to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to drop this off to Williams. Complete. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Jackson. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the 1st.
How many times have we seen this late in the 4th quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
Throwing, Jackson. Flushed out right. 1st down and more for... Oh, no, he lost the football. And picked up by the Chargers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I think we just saw an example.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Jackson. Dancing to his left. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime, they just likely won this thing in regulation. So the lanes continue to be there for Lamar Jackson to run that football. That his second touchdown run of the game.
You know what I would like? I'd like for us to be able to go into a defense's room after playing Lamar Jackson and watch the tape and see how much of a lane was really there and how much he created just through his talents. In any event, Lamar Jackson finds the end zone, doesn't he?
He always seems to, but that's a good point. We sometimes put blame on the defense, but maybe we just need to praise Lamar Jackson a little bit more. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Herbert to throw. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Baltimore, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll have another home date next week as the Cincinnati Bengals come to town. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And now they'll head to the bye week as they'll be back in action